Good morning, my biomed students, and welcome back to phase 2 of distance learning. I hope you guys had a really good spring break. I know for me, we took a true spring break. I didn't really look at my computer too much. We didn't do our homeschool with the kids. We just kind of relaxed. We got outside as much as we could and just had some good downtime. So I hope you guys did the same and you are ready for phase 2. So you guys had a little bit of an extended spring break because the teachers went back on Monday. We had lots of meetings on Monday, met as a whole staff. We met with our department. We did some new trainings. And the other great thing that happened is that Dee Maria and I had some time together and we sat down and really talked about what we wanted our class to look like for the rest of the year. So we've got some new expectations, some new grading opportunities, and a new schedule. So let's talk about it. The question that I've been getting the most once you guys found out that we're not coming back this year is about grading. So I want to try and make this as simple and as clear as possible. So I'm going to start with the bullet at the very bottom, which says, cannot hold students accountable for participation and or grades in any way. Final grade cannot be lower than the third quarter grade. So that's the take home here, is that we understand that there's a lot going on right now in the world, and not everybody's situation is going to allow them to do distance learning. What we hope is that you want to continue learning and you want to have that structure and you want to come hang out with us at our Google Meets, and that we want to give you that opportunity. But we understand that if things are not ideal right now in your household, it's not conducive for you to be able to continue to do these lessons. We get it. So that's the start, is that if you look at your third quarter grade and you're happy with your third quarter grade, then that is what you're going to see on your final grade report of the year. That being said, I have assigned some essential skills that are missing from people. I've started to get them back a little bit, but make sure that you are doing those essential skills that I assigned on Schoology if you are missing them. It's the same HyperDoc situation, but you are answering questions all the way through. And then I think with the sickle cell one, there is a little video component too. So make sure you're getting that done. Now, those of you who are not happy with your third quarter grade and want to improve it, you have some opportunities. The total percentage that you are able to raise your grade during this distance learning phase is 10%. We felt that that was fair. We know that people, if we were in school, we would have had more tests and more notebooks and quizzes and things like that for you to raise your grade. So this is our opportunity to you to be able to increase your grade if you want. So we broke it down with kind of the sequence of what we've been doing. So lessons 1 through 7, we've done 1 through 6 already. 7 will come out on Wednesday, but the lessons 1 through 7 is going to give you a 3% overall grade increase. So if you complete those all to my grading satisfaction. So I've started going through a little bit more objectively when I'm grading your distance learning assignments. Kind of in the beginning, when I didn't think that we were going to have any kind of grade tied to it, I was skimming it a little bit quicker. But now that we're going to give you this possibility, I'm actually looking at the assignment. I'm looking to see how much thought you gave it. Were you thorough? Were you correct? Are you doing all the different parts of the HyperDoc? So some of you may have, in the last couple of days, noticed that I have unsubmitted your work. So it's still out of 1 point. which is just kind of a bookmarker to say, was it done or was it not? But if I give you a 0 out of 1, I'm going to click a little button, and I have the power to unsubmit your document, and which means that you need to fix whatever I've highlighted or given you notes about, and then resubmit it if you want that grade bump. So because we're allowing this opportunity, we need to make sure that you guys are completing it correctly. So 1 through 7 is 3%. And then after the heart, we're moving on to bacteria, which is going to be 8 through 16. That's going to be 5% overall. And then at the very end, we still have a couple days to get us to the end of school, which is May 29th. And it's going to be 2 lessons of review and what happened to Anna. We finally get to find out what happened to Anna, and that's going to be a 2% grade increase. Now, this is sequential, so you can't just say, well, I have an 88, so I'm only going to do the last 2 lessons. Not how it works. So you need to do it in sequence. So you would do, if you really only need 2%, you could do the first 7 lessons and get 3%, and then go from there. But you do have to do them in order, and you have to do the whole sequence within that order. And then the very last lesson, so lesson number 7 and lesson number 16, are both going to be essential skills. We've already talked about the heart essential skill. We should have taken it before we left, but we didn't. So that will be on a HyperDoc 2, probably some sort of video format of you guys talking through the pathway of the heart. So you not only have to complete the whole series of lessons, but you also have to pass that essential skill at the end. But I mean, it's a great opportunity to be able to increase your grade a whole letter grade. Let me see if I can show you what it's going to look like. Can I get out of this? Hold on. Escape. So when you're looking at your grade, if you look right here, so this says spring right here, 81.3%. Right now, what's going to happen is that if you scroll to the bottom and it says course grade, this is what we're going to manipulate. So as soon as this person finishes the first 7, passes that essential skill for the heart, then I would bump that grade right there for course grade up to an 84.3%. And then if they do the next section, then it'd be an 89 point, is that right? 89.3%. And then if they finish the last one, then they'd get bumped up to an 91.3%. So this is what you'll see change right here is the course grade. Be patient with us as we're grading. Things are kind of, since we don't have any due dates, things are trickling in at different times. Which makes it difficult to grade. So I'm trying to keep up as best as I can, but just be patient and know that we will be working through that. Okay, other schedule changes. You may be getting a email from the school soon, probably today, or tomorrow maybe. No, probably today. And we are moving to a 4-day school week for the rest of the year. So Mondays are always going to be reserved for teachers planning. And then science has been given Wednesdays and Fridays for lesson release. So we will have 2 lessons every week, and DeMarie and I will both put them out on Wednesdays and Fridays. So no more blue silver schedule. Science will be Wednesdays and Fridays, but it'll be a continued HyperDoc format. I'm having some trouble keeping up with you guys just sharing the document with me. So we got to figure out, they've been working on Schoology, and hopefully you guys can be a little bit more persistent about trying to open up the document in Schoology. It makes it so much easier to stay organized and to be able to grade it if I can see it all in Schoology. So for now, let's try, I know I had put out a document with all the links on it, but I took that down, and I'm hoping that you guys can just, whatever on your end, figure out how to open it. The tips that we've gotten so far is that try and open it during off times. So once you open the HyperDoc, it's saved directly into your Google Drive, so you don't have to be working on it right away. So try and open it during off times, and then again, try and submit it during off times. You can work on it however you want, but try that. And then the other tip that we got is open it on your phone. And if you open it on your phone, it'll save to your Google Drive, and then you can work on it on your computer. But let's try and troubleshoot on your own and try and figure out how to submit it through Schoology, because it's just so much easier. It's a little overwhelming having so many kind of straggler assignments that I need to go manually do. So help me out, please. Google Meets, we are starting next week with our first Google Meet. Again, we're moving to a once a week schedule. The whole school kind of divvied up the day to make sure that we're not overlapping. And for this class, we're going to do Wednesdays at 1:30. So Wednesdays, 1:30, we'll put the link, as always, to the Google Meet on this slide, and I'll post it on Schoology too, and you can hop in. And I'm hoping to make those a little bit more fun. I don't know. I've been researching some like games we could play or things we can do. We're going to keep it non-instructional. If you guys ever have questions, like if you're going through assignments and you have questions, that would be a perfect place to ask. And I would love to answer academic questions during that time too. But if you guys have any ideas, we can try and, play some games or do something fun. I don't know. Make it fun, right? And that's it. Yep. This is what's going to go up for our first Friday. Tomorrow will be Friday the 17th. What you should be working on is, I don't know. That didn't type out, is completing lessons 1 through 6 if you haven't already, now that you know that it could impact your grade. And then make up any of the 2 essential skills that I posted, the sickle cell or the genetics. And if you're not passing the 3rd quarter, you'll always have those old assignments. For me, would be the quizzes and the notebook. And then lesson 7, which will come up on Wednesday of next week. Remember, we're Wednesdays and Fridays, so it'll come up Wednesday of next week. We'll be here, and it will be the heart essential skill. I think that's it. Sorry, I talked for way too long right there, but I miss you all. I'm excited for our first Google Meet again to see some of your faces, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.